Okay, so what's up there guys, and welcome back to Digger Detecting. So as you can see, we are stuck at home again today, still under the lockdown and the 5K restrictions. So basically what I've decided to do, spend the day at home, and I was mentioned, someone mentioned in my last video they would like for me to give basically a run through of all the equipment I use, why I use it, why I carry it, and that's what we're going to do. So I'm going to spend the day at home cleaning out the car, and at the same time we're going to pull out all our tools and equipment, everything I carry and I use for detecting, and basically show you what I carry, what I've got in here, and why I like to use it and why I like to keep it on me. So it is a lot, there is a lot in here, and look, it's not even just in the back here. As we move forward, there's some more storage compartment under the seats, what have you, we will go through too. So anyway, we will get started, and we'll show you the items as they're coming out, lay them all out on the table there behind me, and give you a look. Okay, so starting off is basically my detecting pouches. So look, I only use Detected product detecting pouches. I absolutely love their equipment, love their gear. Also got a shovel there I'll show you in a second. Look, just amazing stuff, amazing stuff. I'm sure a lot will agree with me out there. Detected products have really built a strong reputation and a great name for themselves, basically supplying such great products. So really highly recommend Detected. So anybody that doesn't have a carry pouch and would like to get one, be sure to check them out. And not only that, there's plenty of other products there and accessories on their website to view and buy. So look, I will show you just quickly, this is my original Detected carry pouch. It's really done some miles, you know. I've had this thing, using it day in, day out for 2 years, over 2 years, and it has done an amazing job, with the only damage being to the bottom there. So, and that only just happened in the last sort of couple of uses really, you know. A little hole opened up and it just quickly got bigger. So look, apart from that though, the zips work perfectly. Everything else is perfect about it, you know. I could still use it, the strap, the clips, everything. The zips, as I said, it's just that hole in the bottom, which ideally you could just run a sewing, you know, a bit of a sewing line across the bottom and patch him up, so reuse him probably for another 2 years. However, I got in contact with Ed, Detected their products there a little while ago, and he kindly sent me out another two. Now this one here on the left is my son's. You can see that it doesn't get used as much. It's pretty much brand new still. He's only used it a couple of times. And this one on the right hand side is mine. So it's pretty much been washed, I think, once. I do like to hand wash these. I don't like to put them through the wash machine. A little bit too harmful on them, I feel. So I do like to hand wash them, hang them up on the clothesline, let them dry, go from there. So what a great product though, you know. As I said, I got 2 years out of that one. I have no doubt I'll get another 2 years out of this one, and the rate my son uses his, he'll probably get 5 years out of that one. So anyway, that is the first items out. So let's go throw them on the table here, and let's pull out the next items. Okay, so the next one we're going to speak about, basically, while we're talking about Detected products, is their new shovel. Now, these are made by Nocta Macro, as you can see on the handle there. Nocta Macro, however, they are basically supplied by Detected products. So if you're looking to purchase one of these, they are on the Detected website once again. And you know, look, some people like the solid shafts. I will show you the next shovel that I used prior to this, and it just had the solid shaft. And look, once again, I absolutely love that product too. However, I want to speak about this quickly. Being a Detected product, being a new one, and being so amazing, I absolutely love it. It is my choice of shovel now. It's my go-to. So look, as I said, it collapses down. It's got the 3 or the 4 stage settings, I should say, and basically it's ideal. You know, you can collapse it right down, fit in the car, and then you could basically take it and break it in half. You know, it's a bit hard to do one hand, but you could basically undo it, take this telescopic pole out, and even put it in a backpack. You know, it's that small, and look, that strong too. I have used this day in, day out for the last 6 months now, and have not had an issue at all. No complaints. So absolutely amazing product. Stainless steel, telescopic, and perfect for carrying and transporting in those small tight spaces. So anyway, another great Detected product. So let's get on to the next thing now and show you that one. Right, so the next one, while we're on shovels, is the TYGER shovel. Now, I absolutely, once again, This is one I spoke about previously just a second ago. I love it. I love it. It's got the solid shaft handle. It's not collapsible, which is a bit of a pity. You know, once again, I love the capability of the Nocta Macro Detect Edge shovel being collapsible. It really suits me and is ideal for what I do. Sometimes I'm walking up creeks and rivers, or sometimes I've got to put the backpack on and walk inland a few k's. So ideal for carrying. However, this is a bloody ripper too. You know, I'm not taking anything away from the TYGER shovel here. This is TYGER product. Basically, as I said, I will put up a link to all these products as I go. So this is a TYGER product. It's not Detected. And once again, it is just an amazing shovel. You know, the strength of these shovels, be it TYGER or be it the Detected over there, the strength of these shovels is just amazing. And I will show you another little shovel that I've rigged up, basically just as a spare. I do carry the 2 stainless steel shovels on me at all times, basically one being for me. And you know, look, the son uses this one sometimes, and when old mate Brandon comes out detecting with me, he also uses the TYGER, and loves it. I will show you the first shovel I had. Basically, you had it for about a year. It was not stainless steel, it was only mild steel, and it broke after about a year. So I'll show you that and show you basically the design and what I think about that one too. Right, so the next one, TYGER product, and once again, what a bloody ripper, is a little TYGER handheld digger. So you can see TYGER stamped in there. I love how he does that. Looks really cool. But yeah, once again, an amazing product. They are so strong, so durable, and not only that, I love the platform on the front here. So basically that platform, you know, it's used to help sort of push into the ground and really dig those targets out, and also help lever them out too, you know. It's just an amazing little handheld shovel. Prior to this, I had the little Garrett handheld shovel. Once again, broke him straight in half. It dug a lot of holes, but then so is this, and it still looks brand new to the day. These are the sort of tools, you know, I always say it, these are the sort of tools that you'll hand down to your kids one day, because they'll just last forever. They'll absolutely last forever. Just amazing products. So it's sometimes you get what you pay for, and with those digging tools, that is exactly right. So moving on to the next, and the next item that I carry is basically the CC pick. Now, this has been the pick that I basically bought and started with some 6 years ago, when I first started detecting and chasing that gold out in the gold fields. I never started with the coins and relics. I started with a GPX 4500 MINELAB PI gold machine, basically hunting for the gold. And I did all right. I found gold. I found multiple bits of gold. However, it just did not intrigue me like the coins and relics do now today. So basically, that CC pick, from memory, it was around the $100 mark. It's been an absolute ripper. It's dug so many bloody holes. Once again, it's like the TYGER and the Detected shovel. Just another great piece of kit. So I did break the handle there some years ago. Some will remember on the Facebook I shared it, and I was like, I broke the handle straight in half. So however, I was fair levering off it. So this is the original handle. All I did was I ended up cutting it down, and I lost a bit of length. So still the same handle, same pick head though. Just over the years, I've just taken to it and sharpened it up a little bit. It's always a little bit out of whack. Once again though, what a great piece of equipment. As I said before, you know, your digging tools, you are so hard on them and use them every day. You really need to make sure you know what you're buying and you're paying the money for that good item. So yeah, anyway, let's move on to the next one. Right, so pinpointers, that is the next item that we're going to speak about. And basically, first up, I'm going to speak about the MINELAB Profine 35. Now, this has been an amazing little unit. So I have been using the Profine 35s pretty much since I started detecting, as I said, some 6 years ago. So, and daily use, you know, if not every day, it's every second day I use this little unit, and it's been bloody amazing. So not everybody will agree with me, I know. There has been a lot of issues with these. come up in the past, and I won't lie, I've even had my own issues, you know. There's been issues other people I've seen with the battery housing cracking. I've never had that happen to me. However, you know, a couple of these little units I have had fail. You turn them on, they don't ground balance properly, or you turn them on and they basically just go nuts. They just will not calm themselves down. So also a little basically thing that I sort of think is a bit of a design flaw is the speaker at the back there filling up with the mud every time you go out. So you can clean them, about an hour later they're full of mud. However, it does not affect basically the sound. It's you know, it hits hard, it's loud, it's nice and clear, it's sensitive. It is a great little unit, so highly recommend the Profine 35. So I did have the 15 at one stage, MINELAB pinpointer 15. I think they call them the Profine 15, and to be honest, it didn't have the sensitivity buttons on there. It's just got the power on off, that's it. And I didn't think too much of it. I didn't think too much of it at all. So 35 for me, and that is my main pinpointer I use every day. So next up is the XP Mi-4. Now these are German made, and a great little pinpointer. I was going to say detector. Well, they pretty much are a little handheld detector, but look, amazing little pinpointer once again, same as the 35 Pro. One thing I do love about this, the 35 Pro, you've got a 12 volt battery in the back there, as opposed to the Mi-4 here, where you've actually got the built-in lithium ion battery, and basically the rechargeable point at the back. So really great idea. And if anybody knows what the Germans are like at engineering and making and manufacturing stuff, you'll know that this is a great little unit. Being German made, I was all over it. So basically this is my spare, the XP Mi-4. It lives in the car, as some will see. It lives in this back section here, and this is the main one I use. I did have two of these, however I lost one. And when it was time to basically buy a new one, this is what I wanted to go for. I'd heard so many good reviews about them, and I agree. Great little unit. As I said, not my everyday pinpointer. However, I love having it as a spare. So you just never know if this one's going to break down or what's going to happen, and if you need a secondary one. So, and detecting every day, if not every second day, I need a backup. So same as the shovels, I carry two. Some will notice too, I've got the rubber stoppers on the end. Now they did not come like that. I put them on there, and basically just to help protect the tips of the pinpointers from wearing out, pushing them through the dirt looking for that target. So, and look, not everybody will be in this position, I know. I've been mechanicking for years now, so I've built up quite a collection of these little rubber caps and tips and what have you. They all come off the parts and radiators, all sorts of stuff that basically I've fitted to cars over the years. And these rubber tips, I save them as I go, and basically that's what I use to put on the ends of the pinpointer. So if, you know, as I said, not everybody's in the position where they've got a box full of rubber caps and tips here. However, if you're looking to do the same, best to get down to your local hardware store or Bunnings or whatever you've got close by, and go to where your rubber stoppers are, generally like your chair leg rubbers or something like that, similar to this guy here, and basically go find one of them that'll fit your pinpointer. I'm certain there'll be one there, 100% certain. Look at that one, he's a perfect fit. So anyway, just helps protect them. They cost too much, so why wear them out? If you can stop wearing them out, why bother running the risk of wearing them out further? So anyway, pinpointers, let's find something else to talk about. Righto, so next up is gloves. Gloves are an essential part of detecting, I feel. I never ever go out detecting without gloves. Always carry spare pairs, and always carry multiple pairs that I'm using at the time. And look, these, I will show you, these are the first pairs of gloves that I used to use. Just cheap mechanic gloves. I used to use them working on cars all the time, so I had an excessive amount of them, so I was using these. However, they're very thin, very flimsy. They do protect your hands to a certain point. However, not that good. Then we fast forward to not too long ago, and basically I got given these. Big shout out to Reese. Basically come down one time, visited me, come detecting with me, and he brought me down these maxi cut gloves that he uses. Basically giving me a look and seeing what I thought, and mate, they are amazing. I can't thank you enough. If anybody's after a good brand of gloves, this Maxi Cut brand seemed to be really bloody good. As I said, I'm out detecting daily, if not every second day, and these are amazing. Compared to the old Great Guards that I used to use, these gloves are just sensational. So basically they last a lot longer. As you can see there, I have wore the tips out on these guys, only just due to a lot of bottle digging and scraping away at the dirt. So that is my own fault, that one. However, generally, you know, I was getting sort of a couple of days out of these guys up here, and they're only costing a couple of dollars per pair. I'm not 100% sure what these cost. Reese just brought them down and donated them to me, so thank you, Reese, once again. However, basically the extra money, I think, if they were a little bit pricier, would definitely be worth it. You know, amazing gloves. And not too long ago, I was digging out there the bottle pit. Some will remember in one of my videos up above there, and basically I ran my finger straight across a bottle, an open cut bottle, and look, it cut the glove, and it only just nicked my finger. But I'm certain, I'm sure, if I had those other cheaper gloves on, I would have probably required stitches that day, because it was a pretty good cut, pretty good slice. So anyway, let's keep going. So a lot will notice the plastic container system that I sort of have going in my car. You know, I run off plastic containers. So generally, you know, one's full of, one's used for putting the rubbish fines in, one's used for putting the good fines in, and then basically when they're empty, you know, at the end of the day when I come home and empty them, all my gear and you know, gloves and TYGER little handheld digger, pinpointer, all the stuff that's still dirty that I haven't cleaned, basically just goes straight back in the tub there. Trying to keep my drawers as clean as I can. So anyway, pans, gold detecting pans. So I sort of keep these two in here. I do have quite a collection of gold pans and gold basically hunting equipment. However, these are the two that I just keep in there just for when I do happen to pass through the gold fields or go into the gold fields, and looking to just basically do a bit of quick pan and hit on a little bit of that gold. So I will run you through there basically all my detecting equipment, some homemade sluices, some little river sluices by Oswash, me high banker, me yabby pump, the rest of me pans, me pump, everything. So yeah, I'll basically get out in the gold fields very soon and give you a look at all that setup and running, and show you how to also find gold. Righto, next up is bottle probes. Now these are not an essential item. It's just something that I keep on me in the car, basically, for when I'm hunting those old sites. You know, if you're metal detecting, generally, ideally, you're probably not looking for bottles. However, a lot of the sites I visit, it's something that's always on my mind, always on the list. So this is just something I made up a while ago. I think I went to Bunnings and I grabbed some like 8mm rod and 12mm rod, and then just welded it. So nothing too spectacular there. Rounded off, or basically sharpen the point there a little bit. You don't want it too sharp, you don't want to go puncturing the bottles. In actual fact, these work better if you have a ball bearing slightly, you know, say this is an 8mm rod, you want probably a little ball bearing on the end that's slightly bigger than the 8mm rod, and basically that helps it push into the ground a lot easier. And I know it sounds silly, but you go using that bottle probe, you know, 100 times, pushing it in and out of the ground in an hour, you quickly wear yourself out. So another little probe here I've got, and being a mechanic, once again, it's just one of my screwdrivers that I've sacrificed out of the toolbox. But this little guy here, now he's only probably, what, 4mm? Not even, or 6mm. It's very thin rod. It's just a flat end screwdriver, and this is just sort of, doesn't have the best depth, however it's ideal for poking in that ground and also looking for bottles. So I carry the both on me. I don't often use them, however nice and light, easy to carry, so why not have them with me and try and hit on those bottles and have the potential to do so at those sites. Okay, so waterproof pants, not going to talk about them too much, obviously. They're pretty self-explanatory sort of stuff. Look, during summer I don't obviously carry that sort of stuff. I try and lighten the load on my car, on the fuel bill. However, because this car is pretty heavy as it sits without all this gear incorporated with it, so try and lighten the load and I get rid of all this sort of stuff when I don't use it, when I don't need it. And during the summertime, obviously, the waterproofs. Pants is not something that I need to carry. So another shovel, makeshift shovel. We'll speak about that guy in a minute. And also the 2 scratchers. Now, this one's actually Brandon's. He just leaves all his equipment with me these days. His detector, everything. His detector's in the shed there somewhere. But yeah, look, scratchers. I just use these for scratching the ground, looking for marbles, coins, bottles, anything at the old rubbish dumps and pits. So if you're into hunting bottles, into looking for those marbles and what have you, they are ideal little pieces of little tools that you need to probably carry with you. So only cheap too. Once again, go down to your Bunnings, probably pick them up for $3 or $4 each. So really cheap pieces of equipment that you can carry, and very handy to have on you. So next up is the shovels. These are just some, basically a couple of little shovels that I picked up. I think they were about $14 each or whatever, and they did not look like this when I picked them up. They were basically the wide mouth shovels, no pointy tip on the end. However, as I mentioned there before, I had a mild steel shovel that I had for about a year, and as I said, it wasn't stainless steel, it's only mild steel. As you can see there, the rust and what have you. Stainless does not do that. Anyway, that broke after about a year. I was never ever really completely happy with it, and you can even see the design there where it broke. So not too ideally strong at all. Yeah, I think from pretty much my first use, I bent this little head of this shovel, and I think I put it in the vise about 20 times after that, trying to straighten it out. And it wasn't even the head that broke, it was the shaft. So anyway, what I do now, I keep that little head as a template, and that's where I've created these 2 shovels here. So only cheap shovels, as I said, what, $14 or whatever. You do get what you pay for. Also though, they're great to carry. The kids use these. Not only that, Brandon will often use these. They're nice and short, nice and sharp, and easy to use. So I don't expect to get a long life out of them. Maybe a couple of years, a year, whatever, it doesn't matter. They're just that cheap and that easy to make. So a couple of spare shovels that I carry for the boys, and also for Brandon. And look, you never know, I just might need a little shovel like that for digging out a bottle pit or something one day. Obviously, the length, it's a lot smaller than the other shovels that I carry, so you can never have enough digging tools. Well, this is a pretty obvious one, the Detector. I'll get him off the charge there and I'll pull him out and basically just show you quickly how I've set it up there. So this is obviously a cargo barrier in the back of the car, and believe it or not, this is a Nissan Patrol, this car, 1999 Nissan Patrol. However, that is not a Nissan Patrol cargo barrier. It's a VZ Commodore wagon. So what's that, about 2004, 2005? But I've adapted it and fitted it into this car, basically doing a little bit of mucking around. And what I did though is I put the hooks on there. Now, nothing special, they're just pretty much wire that I bent up and also ran a bit of rubber, insulating sort of rubber stuff over them, you like to call it. And same on this end here, just a little hook. That's what my coil hangs on, and that's what the basically the shaft and the rest of the handle hangs on. So really handy, keeps the detector up off the floor here. I was worried about vibration, everything whilst I was traveling, would it cause any stress on the detector. However, I've been doing that for well over a year now. It works perfectly. As I said, keeps it up off the floor here and keeps it nice and safe. There's been no added stress or cracks or anything. I've not noticed anything. So really quite an ideal setup. So we will put him there and look at getting the next item out. Okay, next bit of kit that we're going to talk about is the handheld radios. Now, basically these are just cheap ones. I don't know how much I paid for them. They're 30, 40 bucks each or whatever. Uniden, however you say it. Not a bad brand, however, pretty cheap. Probably got about 7K range. However, a great bit of kit to carry on you, as I've mentioned, I have hereditary heart issues. The father-in-law, when he comes out with me, sometimes detecting in the bush for the gold fields, looking for gold, he has his health issues also. So a great bit of kit to carry on you. These probably, as I said, have about a 7K range. You know, you can't expect that through the gullies, up and down through the gullies in the bush, and with obstacles in the way. However, still well worth having. You know, I don't know how many times I've been out in the bush with the father-in-law or with someone else, and you know, you say to them, right, we'll meet you back in the car in an hour. You know, go for an hour and come back, and we'll have a drink, have a lunch, catch up, whatever. And they're not back there in an hour, and you think, where are they? Has something happened to them? You know, they've fallen down a shaft, or bitten by a snake, or had a heart attack and fallen over, you know, looking for help. So always a good bit of kit to carry on you, the walkie-talkies, even if they are cheap and nasty. You know, it's a safeguard for something happening and something going wrong, and you being able to basically stop it or get in contact with the person that needs help at the time. So good bit of kit to carry. Next up is the backpack. So this is you know, not everybody's going to need to carry one of these. This is just a cheapie once again. I think I got it from Kmart. It basically has a camel pack, like a water bladder that goes in there, and you know, you can carry your water in there, you can carry your tools and equipment, everything like that. And this is ideal for me. I always carry it with me, basically just to, you know, pack all my gear and that in there. If I need to walk down a river, walk into the bush too far, or you know, need to carry food or anything like that with me, that is ideal. So a great thing to carry. Not everybody's going to need one, I know. However, a great thing to carry. So I keep all my equipment too, all my pans and what have you. They generally all got these little ties on them, or zip ties, and I can just hook them on there as I need. Oh, a bit blurry, sorry. I can just hook them on there as I need and wander off down the bush and sound like a jiggly swagman as I go. You can hear me coming a mile away, all my pans and everything swinging and jingling, but ideal so you don't have to carry everything as you're wandering off into the bush looking for that site. So I'll just give you a quick look through here. Basically, some will have seen this before. My portfolio, helps if I turn it around the right way. And portfolio, this is basically how I gain permission. So when approaching sites, you know, approaching new landholders, what have you, I basically show them this, and show them some of my previous finds, what I'm looking for, and I go from there. So generally this, something like this, is what gets the conversation rolling. You know, it's all about creating conversation with these new landholders, and basically giving them a sense of what you like to do and who you are, and what you're also going to find at these old properties. So a great idea. Put together a portfolio book and carry on you at all times, because you never know when you'll need it. So that's just another hard folder I carry with me. Basically me detecting business cards there, digger detecting. I'll pull one out and show you actually, because I had a comment there from a member there a while ago saying I need business cards, and well, I do actually have them, I just don't show them. So digger detecting, Luke Phillips, got links to my group, Instagram, email. Just don't have my YouTube channel on there because they were created some time ago. So they are also what I pass on to the landholder, and basically just helps me look professional, get onto those sites. So next up, was going to go through here quickly. I've got to pull it all out, so we'll just speak about it. I carry a little stove with me, making my coffee, making what I need. We've just recently got this nice little oven, goes to about 300 degrees, and absolute ripper. It's just cigarette plug adapter, so plug straight into the back there, heat up my pies and everything as I go. Sugar, coffee, I carry a lot of stuff. Beans, spaghetti, coffee cup, sauce, muesli bars. Always got to carry food with me. You just never know. Like, I go to some pretty isolated areas, so always like to carry a few snacks and just be prepared. So you just never know, and that goes for water too. Some will notice I always carry fresh water on the side. Doesn't look like that it's that clean. That's just the dirt on the outside though. So nice, clean, fresh water. You'll never know when you need it. Set of ring spanners. I'm not going to pull them out. Basically just a set of ring spanners and some screwdrivers in there. Baby wipes. Yes, I do carry baby wipes. They're great for cleaning anything, especially the detector, and your hands at the end of a long day. So some couple of gas canisters for the coffee, for the little kettle, or little stove I should say. My high vis vest, my camera mount. I'll just show that up there. high-vis vests are pretty important to carry. They're only cheap. I think I paid about $8 for this, but you know, some of these sites, like I've hunted in the past before, they do require you to, you know, construction sites or whatever, you know, it all depends on where you're hunting, I know, but I've hunted some sites in the past where I've basically need a high-vis there to actually even be allowed onto the site. So, set of basically sockets, little socket set. Being a mechanic, I couldn't leave home without tools, knowing that if I broke down, I couldn't be able to at least fix myself or try and help myself. I know I'm not carrying everything, however I'm carrying enough to sort of probably get me out of a sticky situation, or get me by if I need. So always handy to have that sort of gear in the car. It's not for everybody, I know, however it's stuff that I need. So always interesting to give you a look. So okay, so next up we'll go through the back doors here. Now some have actually asked me about these back doors. I did make these myself, a bit of a tinkerer at home. Love mucking around, so basically made the insert here and cut out all these panels. It was pretty crude looking. I'd only owned this vehicle for about 2 weeks, and here I was, the father-in-law come around, here I was cutting into it with an angle grinder, and he's like, "What are you doing?" I said, "Oh, I'm cutting pockets out," and it must have looked horrible at the time. However, I had an idea in mind, followed that idea, and it worked out to my benefit. It's worked out really, really handy so over the years, and just the stuff that I'm carrying here now, it's just ideal, you know, it's ideal. So, and always carry only just stuff that I need, obviously, because I don't want to go filling the cart with junk, even though I do have the extra room, pockets and space. So next up though, batteries, pretty self-explanatory. I do keep batteries, spare 9-volt batteries on me at all times, for the pinpointer, and a kettle also. So let's see what else we can find. What do we got? First aid kit, always carry, never used, always carry. Little TYGER coin popper. Now this is not something I use much all that often either, as you can tell. However, it's been a great little tool when I have used it. So working those, you know, real sort of areas where you need to be a bit discreet or a little bit you know, sort of careful how you're digging and how you're retrieving those targets. Something like this little coin popper is ideal. So you also seen people use screwdrivers, what have you, big flathead screwdrivers, chisels even work too. So yeah, just something to keep in mind for working those, you know, real manicured or tidy public areas. So yeah, very cool. Spoon, knife, fork, pretty self-explanatory, and a little sucker bottle. Now some will have seen these. These are basically for sucking up gold, for when I'm out in the gold fields looking for gold and basically want to retrieve it quickly. So it saves you sitting there picking it piece by piece with your finger. You basically just take the lid off this guy and squeeze out, let some air in, or let some air out I should say, and then stick him in the with the gold and just release, and it'll suck up all the gold for you. A great little bit of kit. Right, let's work along the side here now. We've got pockets everywhere. Little shovel for scooping up when I'm out in the gold fields, scooping up that pay dirt. You can see it's been well used, put through its paces. A great little bit of kit though to have once again. What do we got? D-bolts, chains. I'm not going to go through all this stuff probably. It's all pretty self-explanatory. Torches, headlamps, you know, for looking under the old houses or for any of that night hunting that you're doing. Spare pair of socks, always handy. Tripod. What else have we got in here? Let's have a look over this side. Spare hat and beanie, Bushman Aeroguard repellent. These are a must. You know, I know it's not summertime at the moment, however come summertime, oh god, you want to keep some fly spray in your car for detecting. So some of these sites that I detect, wow, they're crazy for flies. You know, you almost need a fly net walking around some of these sites, because you got your shovel in one hand and you got your detector in the other, and the bloody flies are insane. As soon as that sun comes out, it'll be nothing to have, you know, 200-300 flies around you, and about probably half of them on your face. And if you're in a cow paddock and there's cows around you and a lot of cow poo, you could just keep thinking about where they have come from prior. So anyway, as I said, beanie, hat, sock protectors for the grass seeds, what have you, summertime, you know, when I'm working those paddocks and I've got the shorts on. This is stuff that I probably should have took out a little while ago, being that it's winter still, so we're coming into spring. So what else have we got? Sunscreen, tire weld, and another little kit there, a first aid kit. So anyway, let's see what else we can find, probably in the back seats now. Righto, so something else I nearly forgot there is these side wings. Now, these side wings, these drawers open up, allowing for more storage once again. So just down there, I've got a little fuse breaker, a little circuit breaker, supplied by Power, obviously, for more accessories. And this is just basically gloves down here. It's all gloves. I carry a lot of gloves. They're light, they're easy to store, so carry enough pairs so I don't have to keep reminding myself to put more in, because you do go through them and you do borrow them out. You know, every time Brandon comes out to me, he's always forgetting his gloves, so I fish him out a pair from there. So knee pads, I don't use these all that often, as opposed to look, I did use them quite a bit to begin with, but honestly I don't need them that often anymore. Probably if I'm digging, sitting down for long periods of time, digging bottles or what have you, I would use them. However, I don't really put them on for detecting, so just trying to pull one out there to show you. They are a gel padded knee pad though, really good, and I think they cost me about $80 odd. They're not the cheap pair, however, really great. As I said, if I was sitting down digging bottles all day, I would probably put them on. So, what else we got in here? Gaiters, snake gaiters. Now these are very important, I feel. The snake gaiters here, these are not a cheap set once again. A bit over $100 I think they cost me. And basically, they're Kevlar lined snake gaiters, even come in camouflage so the snakes can't see you. And they are Snake Guardz, I should say. Made in America, made in the USA. And these, you know, when I first looked into snake gaiters, there's two different types, you know, there's many different types. But mainly what you're looking for is snake resistant and snake proof. Now these are marketed, Kevlar, as I said, Kevlar lined inside, and these are marketed as snake proof. Not snake resistant, not snake repellent, you know, snake proof. There's tests and videos on their website where they actually have snakes biting into these, and you can see the venom running down the outside. They cannot penetrate that Kevlar inside. Very good. As I said, when I went to buy them, I did a bit of research, and what I found was a lot of the cheap sets, you know, $30 to $60, up even to $80. They're generally only snake resistant, not snake proof. So just be aware of that when you're buying them. I essentially wanted snake proof gaiters, and I do wear them, don't wear them all that often. I do wear them in the summertime when I'm in those sort of sketchy bush areas, and it just gives me that little bit more peace of mind. So good thing to look into, good thing to carry on you. Okay, so moving forward, as I said, going into the back seats here now, and pretty handy with the patrols here. I've got a lot of storage in them, and look, this is not stock. I actually made this too. However, you know, even under the seats here, you can put whatever you want behind the seats here. There's quite a bit of room. So little storage compartments I made in here, nothing too spectacular. However, I needed that extra room. Always love tinkering too, as I said. So toilet paper and zip ties. I know this is not going to appeal to everybody. However, I've got kids, and I go out into some pretty isolated spots. So toilet paper, zip ties will fix anything, as some will know. And let's get over to the other side to see what's under that seat. Okay, we'll get this one folded forward. Let's see what's got under here, hiding under here. I forget, it's been too long. So we've got tape. What else we got? A tie down. Why have I got so many pairs of socks in here? That's 4 pairs of socks I have in my car now. Some old seatbelt straps, another tie down. So nice little pocket in there to hide all your stuff. Let's go to the front now, see what else we can get. Righto, so in the passenger side here, what I've actually done, it's a bit of a secret this, but I'm going to give it away. Anybody's got a patrol out there, I'm sure you probably would have seen this. If you haven't, you're probably going to love it though. So this is a 1999 Nissan Patrol, and basically the early model Patrols never come out with an airbag here. I know it says airbag on the dash mat, but that's just a dash mat. So let me show you what you can do. So basically, this is something that I made there a little while ago. I've had a couple of Patrols now, some with ABS, some with airbags, some without. The ones without, though, I've always incorporated this nice little fold-up secret compartment here. So pretty cool, I think. And it takes a little bit of doing. You've got to get the Dremel, cut out a heap of section, and basically there's no airbag behind the early model ones, so you're not going to cut out into the airbag and then blow it up in your face. Basically though, you can see there, it's got a nice little step up the top, and it's a bit hard to see with the light, I'm sorry. Basically though, well, hang on, let's open the sunroof, get better light. Sort of. Nice little step up there, and basically this is just a little port that I put in here. You know, 12 volt cigarette plug, USB, and also a little voltage gauge. Now that voltage gauge and every port here is also wired into the secondary battery setup that I made. So pretty cool, and just little magnetic catches to bring him back up and hold him in place. So you would not even ever know he was there, and the reason I did that is basically for storing my valuables. So I know I've just gave away the secret, but that's okay. Anyway, nice to show you. So down here, once again, I love tinkering, being a mechanic, and put in the volt gauges for, you know, basically when I'm out detecting. I might be out in the paddock the whole day. I might have the fridge running, keeping my drinks cool, so I like to know where my battery is at. So those cheap little voltmeter, 12 voltmeter gauges down there below, they really help me tell. That's the secondary battery, that's the main battery obviously. They really help tell where the battery, what the batteries are doing, where the voltage limit is at, and also when I'm driving, it shows the alternator charging at a higher output, so they'll generally jump up to around 14.5, 15 volt, showing me that both batteries are being charged. So little price included to fit them in. You know, I think they're only about $8 each off eBay. However, well worth the mod. So anyway, that's about it for inside the car. So let's take you back out and let's finish off and start vacuuming now. Okay, so we've got you in the back here again now, and the last thing I want to speak about just quickly, I know this is not going to appeal to everybody, is the solar panel control charge controller there. So basically, as you can see, the cord runs down, and this runs to my secondary battery, and it comes up basically through the controller, and here on this Anderson plug on this side is where I'd plug in my solar panel basically. So I've got a solar panel that, as I said, plugs in there. The lead would come out here, and basically you could throw it out on the ground there, you could throw it up on the roof, on the bonnet, you could put it up in a tree if you wanted to. The cord's about 20 foot more long, 30 foot long, and look great, really great bit of kit to have. Once again, I do a lot of long days detecting, you know, way out in the paddock, and as I said, not going to appeal to everybody, but this fridge just sucks a lot of power. So for me to be able to carry a solar panel blanket and basically charge up through the sun, supplying power to the battery and this fridge is really ideal for me. So really good. So anyway, we've also got the extra charge port there and another back charge port there. So pretty cool. It's nice to be able to gauge your volts during the day, you know. Come back to the car a lot of the times, I just sort of open the back doors up, grab a cold drink, what have you, put the kettle on. It's nice to be able to see everything, what's going on back here, and know that fridge is going to keep running successfully, and also how much power the solar power blanket, fold out blanket, is putting through that charge controller, all from the back here. So pretty cool. I love the way it's all set up. Righto, so I've just got you under the bonnet now, and I wasn't going to show this, however I keep ranting and raving and banging on about this secondary battery, so I thought it'd be important to show you. So basically that is my main starting battery over there. That is what starts my car, and that is basically isolated. It does not run any power to anything apart from starting my car, and it's isolated due to this dual battery isolator here. So this little unit basically cuts it out, isolates that battery, so if I'm down the paddock for a long period, you know, 6 or 7 hours in the bush or whatever, and the fridge is sucking the power, or I've left a light on or whatever it be, that battery is isolated and will always remain powered enough to start my car. So that is key, because I always want to get home at the end of the day. Basically this is a secondary battery though that I put in. I've done all the work myself that I've shown you to the car, including this, and basically look, I wanted to put one in here for a while. They're too expensive. The battery trays are about some $400 odd to buy. It's crazy, I know. So I took to it and did it myself. So for about 20 odd bucks, I built all this myself. brackets, battery tray included, just from super cheap, just a cheap battery tray, and Bunnings, down to Bunnings for the brackets. So I love Bunnings. Anyway, chopped out a little section here, had to move my cruise controller unit over and chop into the plenum bracket a little bit there. Not into the plenum, that would be silly. You'd have unregistered air going past the MAF sensor there, so, and the engine would not like that. Anyway, you can see here though, I've got the little blade fuse control unit here, and basically this is powered by the positive side of the battery, and all the fuses here that you see and all the terminals running off, they are powering all those cigarette plugs and sockets that you've seen inside the car. And that's basically where I pick up my power from. You know, instead of banking it all up on this one terminal here and making it look messy and potentially causing sparks and fires and what have you, run it all to here. So basically what happens too, if there's any issues with the wiring, you know, wire gets pinched or what have you, starts arcing out in future, it will pop a fuse there, therefore protecting the car and not burning it down, so cutting the power off from the battery here. So anyway, really cool setup, and this quickly is just my solar power Anderson's plug running to the front of the car, powering this battery here. So as you've seen in the back, we had the solar charger control unit with the Anderson plug. I plug my solar blanket into that, run it out and lay it on the ground, picking up the power, picking up the sun I should say, soaking up that power, and then all I got to do is just basically hook on these alligator clips onto the battery, therefore allowing the solar power to run through and charge up this battery. So really cool, and yeah, great setup. Okay, so I think we've pretty much covered it all now. As you can see, we've got a lot of equipment laid out on the ground here, on the table I should say, and on the ground over there. Basically what I did was put mainly I sort of prioritised and put mainly what I carry 12 months of the year in on the table here, I should say. You know, everything here I don't sort of get rid of out of the car. It's my everyday tools and equipment that I use. So a lot of the stuff down here, I just put, you know, it's a bit of miscellaneous stuff that a lot of you guys have said it will not appeal to what you need or what you want to carry. It's a lot to carry, I know. However, this is just the secondary stuff that I need, you know, the kettle, the coffee, the sugar, the food, the tools, and then what have you. So I will say to the portfolio that I mentioned, I think that is a big priority to have something like that. So he should probably go up there, you know. Here's a priority item that you really should put together and carry on you. I do not know how many permissions this book has basically gained me in the past, and I'm sure yet to gain me in the future. So a really great idea to put something like that together. I could not recommend that enough. So anyway, I think it's time for vacuuming. So I'm going to keep cleaning the car, put all the gear back in, and that'll be about it for us today. So I really hope you enjoyed. Please be sure to hit that like and subscribe button below, and we will see you on that next adventure. Cheers guys, happy hunting.